everybody, my name is Maddie. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So today I thought that it would be a good idea to film another makeup video because I was originally going to film part 2 of my plus size clothing, like talk and sit and like talk about it, but I recently ordered a swimsuit and I wanted to be able to talk with you guys about that before I really had to sit down about it, because I think that's a really important thing, especially with summer coming. So I decided that I would do a makeup video instead. So my birthday is coming up on the 22nd, and if you're anything like me, your family does not like when you wear a lot of makeup and does not particularly love when you go full glam monster on them when it's supposed to be like a nice family day. So I'm gonna do a more natural-ish makeup video, but with like more undertones of me in it. So yeah, let's just hop right in. To start, I actually used my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Primer. It's my favorite primer go-to. It fills in all of my pores. It makes my skin look absolutely amazing. And I think that it's way better than any rose. But yeah, so I actually am using a new foundation. I know that you've seen me on the channel use my good old tried and true Too Faced Born This Way foundation. But I wanted to try something on the drugstore end that I haven't really tried a lot. But I think I'm gonna like it. I haven't tried it yet. I just bought it like 20 minutes ago. We'll see how it is. But that would be the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. And I got it in 2 colors because, you know, you can't swatch it. And I don't want to like have off skin tones. But I know that in a week or 2 when I have a like decent tan, this one will definitely work for me. So I'm just going to mix these together on the back of my hand and I'll show you what I do with that. Okay, so I've just taken like a pump or 2 of each on the back of my hand and swatched it on my face. And I would say that's like pretty good swatch. Alright, so I have just wet my beauty blender. I went on a whole spiel about this on my last makeup video, and it's not a like actual beauty blender, it's a makeup sponge. I call it a beauty blender because it looks just like one and it works just like one. Moving past that. If you really want to see more about it, it's in my other makeup video, but I'm not going to say it again. So I'm going to take the foundation on the back of my hand, kind of dot it all around my face, and then I'm going to take my makeup sponge and I'm going to blend it in to my stuff. Okay, so honestly, in the, like, on camera, it looks a little light, but in person, it is, like, amazing. Like, actually, yeah, it's, like, not easy to do. Okay, so I don't know if you guys really paid attention, but in the beginning of the video, I had a huge pimple, like, right over here. And, like, you can still see it, but it's doing an amazing job at, like, trying to hide it, and that is great. So, I'm gonna lightly go in with concealer, which I'm really happy about. And I'm still using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in light medium and shade light. I'm gonna quickly do some coverage around my face. So let's first start with the tube of light concealer. I'm gonna place it under my eye in like a triangle shape. Kind of, not really. I'm just gonna kind of feather it. So I'm just gonna put some more concealer on my other eye because we're not going for like a no matchy look where only half of my face is concealed and then the other isn't. We're just not doing that today. I'm gonna put a little bit on my chin. Not a lot, just a little. And then I'm just gonna like dot it a little bit all over my forehead to like make this will look a lot better when like I blend it out and I have contour on. It just makes my forehead and face in general just appear more slim because the attention is like here rather than like here, you know? So then I'm gonna go in with my other concealer in shade light medium beige. And I'm gonna put it all over my nose because like I did just say that this foundation doesn't feel like it's going to slip off my nose and I won't have to do like 20,000 things to keep it on. But that being said, I do want to give it like a fair chance to like stay on my face. And I'll let you guys know on my Instagram story how I feel about the foundation. But yeah. So now that I have all the foundation in place, I only really, oh wait, I forgot to cover my Monsters It. Just because, like, I get really self-conscious about pimples because I don't really get a lot, but when I do, it's bad. So there's that. So you can see I put a little on my Monsters It, on my chin, is the light, as well as under my eyes, and then dotted it around my forehead. And then I just put the light medium beige on my nose too, to kind of just make it more natural appearing, because I can speak English. That's something I'm capable of. And now that I have everything, all of the light parts blended, I'm going to go in to the other side of my beauty blender and blend everything else in, just so that we're not dragging that light color with everything else as well. But I just kind of look more bright, and I feel like my face just pops out more under my eyes and on my chin, and like all the high points that I'm looking for. Okay, so I've decided to go a little bit out of my usual beauty routine and use this brush to apply the setting powder instead of my beauty blender. You know, I like to use the beauty blender just because I feel like it blends it all into the skin and like kind of melts it all together just a little better. But, you know, if that's gonna make it look chunky and I'm gonna have like white spots on my face, that's not really worth it, you know? So I'm taking it, putting it in the high points, and then I'm just kind of like placing it where I want my face to stand out more again. I'm gonna put it in the center of my forehead, blending out the edges a little, and then I'm going to take this and put it under my cheekbones. Already you can see that like that makes a difference when I'm contouring, because it kind of just gives me a line to go by. Because you can see like above that is where I'm going to put my contour and bronzer. And normally what I would do, well, not normally, but what I used to do was with this on my face, I would try to carve and contour my face, but I've just found recently that like it looks better for some reason when I just let everything be for a second, chill, and then like come back and just wipe it off and do it again. Do you see what I mean? Like, you see what I mean? This chin looks like a different chin than it did before. I'm sorry. I'll be back in, let's say, 5 minutes. Because I want to let this bake and sit. And without the Beauty Blender, I let it take a little longer. So give me a minute. But now that this has been sitting on my face for a decent amount of time, I'm just going to wipe it off. And it's not going to, like, be completely gone. You're definitely going to be able to tell that it's lighter than it was before I put it on my face. But, that's kind of the point. And that's why I like doing it. Because I feel like it just brings a whole new dimension to your skin. Now that I've wiped that away and I have a little more dimension in my face, we're just gonna add to that dimension with my Smashbox contour palette. It has a bronzer, a contour, and a highlight shade in it, but I use the heck out of the bronzer. I use bronzer with everything, so like I've been buying these and then like using just the bronzer, so I'm working on it. But now I'm going in with that darkest shade, the contour, and I'm just going to put that in the hollows of my cheekbones. So I'm going to take it and put it like right in here. That's what I'm going to do. And I know it might look like a line right now, and it will proceed to kind of just look like a line, but when we get the bronzer and everything else in here, it's going to just make everything come together. So you need to trust the process. You might look a little crazy while going through the process, but it takes you to the end product that you want, which is like natural but pretty. So I'm just going to keep going in and doing this on this side. Okay, so as I said, you might look a little crazy while doing it, but like this is what you want to aim for, and it's not symmetrical on either side, but it will look symmetrical when I'm finished. But you can already tell right now that my face has a lot more of a heart shape than it did before we started. And before I go in with the bronzer, I'm going to continue with that contour shade and just lightly feather it on to my jawline. And we're done with the jawline. Now, I'm going to go in with my bronzer, but I'm going to use a different brush. It's definitely more fluffy. It's still angled, but it has more like volume to it, and I feel like it has a lot more bristles. So I'm going to dip into the middle shade, which is the light brown, and that's my bronzer, and I'm just going to apply it above where I applied that contour. It's not meant to look as dark and deep as that contour, so please know that while in the application process, it's definitely not meant to look as dark. It's supposed to look like this. It is supposed to be from like light to medium to dark. That's how it's supposed to look. So, I mean, whether it does or doesn't, that's your own thing. And then what I just did for this is I mixed the two shades over here and lightly went in on both. And then I just take it here and apply it like on the edge, because I find that when I do that, I look a little too tribal-y. Like I look like I have a lion head right out of The Lion King. So that's like, I feel like when you look at this side of my face, it definitely has a heart shape to it, whereas when you look at this side of the face, it has just like a more round, like you can tell my cheekbones are there, but it's not as there as over here, you know? So yeah, I'm gonna go in and do that exact same thing on the other side of my face. Now that I have both sides of my face done and contoured, I'm gonna go in and do a nose contour. I'm gonna get closer to you, but like, I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna look really good. So I'm just gonna do the best that I can with my abilities, which are not like amazing. But I'll move a little closer to you so you can see what I'm doing if you want a nose contour like mine. So I'm going in with both the light and dark shade, but mostly the dark contour shade from this. And I'm going to take it and just kind of make a line on my nose, like the rough outline. So now I'm going to go in with more of that dark. I turn my head to look at it so I can see it from the side, and then kind of deepen it from there to assess the situation from the side and really understand what's going on. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of not like round out, but like patch up the bottom of my nose to give it more of like a rhinoplasty look to it, you know? Make it look a little more fake. Just a little. Now I'm going to do this on the other side, so give me 1 second. Alright, now that I have this broken nose look, we're going to take my fluffy brush, which I originally used to swipe away the excess setting powder. And we're just going to kind of blend it together. Now I'm done with my nose contour, and I'm going to move on to the eyeshadow. Crazy sentence. Crazy sentence. So I do my stuff in a weird order. I'm moving on to eyeshadow. I'm going to do a more brownie nude look today, and we're just going to do like a brown nude with a gold on the lid to give it a little more pop. But like I said, we're going for a more neutral look today. I will be doing a crazier look in the future, but like just know today is a calm day. It's for a more neutral look. So I'm going in with my BH Cosmetics 5th edition eyeshadow palette. And this is the set because it has 2 layers. This is the layer I'm going to use. And I'm just going to go in with this lighter shade of brown. And I'm first going to use that to kind of blend, not blend, but like put it in my crease and a little bit above my crease. I'm now going to like sweep it up a little from the outside and kind of connect it a little, just slightly. Now I'm going to go in with this darker color right here next to the light one I just used. And I'm going to go in and just deepen this crease. And I'm going to do that same movement over here. Now don't get mad because I'm not done at all with the placement of it. I'm just going to blend it in with a different brush so that we don't spread that dark color everywhere. And then we can blend it in to this lighter shade. Okay, so we have that. And now we're going to go in with a completely different brush, and we are going to take this more golden-y color, like the goldy brown color. And we're just gonna pop that right on the lid, lightly. Now I'm gonna go back with the brush that I started with, and I'm gonna go into this color again, but it still has the lighter and darker color in here, and I'm going to blend it under my lash line. Now I'm going to go in with this white, like crystal white, like color. I'm going to put it in here. Right in there. And it just like brightens everything up a little more, I think. Especially when not applied by me. And I'm also going to take that and place it here, make our brow bone kind of just really out. And then we have that. I'm going to go ahead and quickly put on some liquid eyeliner, do a cat eye, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I just did my eyeliner and mascara, and the reason why I didn't show you how I did my eyeliner is because I don't feel comfortable enough with it, bottom line. But I will tell you, I used the Man-Eater by Tarte eyeliner and mascara. I really think they work really well, and I honestly would spend $24 on this again because I feel like it's what has allowed me to be able to do this kind of eyeliner, which up until I got it, I had never been able to do properly. Also, I tight lined my top eyelashes because I think that it all looks better when it's like blended together. I put mascara on my bottom lashes. If you want to add fake lashes to this look, I'm not going to, but I would recommend the Kiss lashes in type Midnight, style Midnight. But, because they're personally, like, I feel like they're dramatic, but new, like, natural. So, you could definitely use those, and they're not crazy expensive either, which makes me very happy. Now I'm going to move on to brows, and I will show you how I do that really quick, and then we can move on to lip and set it and forget it. So really quick, I'm just going to take the spoolie on the end of this brow pencil and kind of just like brush everything up and to the side. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in shade Chocolate. And now I'm gonna go under my brow. I don't like style, like I don't completely redo my brows, I just fill them in. So I'm gonna go under my brow, swipe through it. Go on the top, swipe through it again, especially on this tail because I have a little more sparseness on my tail than on like over here. Gonna go on top again. I just like to feather it in because I feel like it looks more natural. And I'm gonna go in here. Now, the key part, the most crucial part for me, is I lightly draw a line under here so you can tell. And then I like fade it up. Just slightly. Let me fade it up slightly. And then I'm gonna fade that into here. And then I'm gonna take this, brush it, and then that's that. That's all I do my brows. I do the same thing on the other side. That's it. That's all I do. So I'll be right back when the other one's done. Alright, brows are done. Let's move on to the lip, and then we are finished. So I'm going to take this Wet n Wild pencil. It was 99 cents. It's called a crayon contour thing. I got it in shade Brandy Wine. And I'm going to use it to line and darken my lips. So I like to overdraw my lips quite a decent amount. So I'll show you where I'm doing it. So my lips stops here. I'm going to kind of draw it over here. And then I'm going to meet it. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm gonna go in and darken the sides. And now I'm gonna do the top lip. So I'm gonna overdraw slightly my upper lip. And now I'm gonna again meet it down the sides. And then, much like the bottom, I'm gonna shade it in. Now, I would go in with either two products. Mannequin by Jeffree Star, which is a matte liquid lip and is absolutely amazing. Or my all-time favorite lipstick ever, which is less than $3. Wet n Wild's matte lipstick, Bare It All. I think Bare It All is a very natural lipstick when it's on its own on my face. So I feel like this with this just helps blend everything together. So I'm gonna just apply it where, like, all over, and it'll blend out all of these harsh lines. That the look is done. I really think that this is a great makeup look that you can really wear anywhere. I think it's really doable. And that's all I have for you today. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you want. And that's all I got for you. All right, bye.